Yo, what's poppin', people? I think we are finally live here. Hopefully everyone's having a wonderful Friday or wherever it is in the world for you. I know it's one of those very times where it could be somewhere in the world, like maybe your Saturday morning. However it is, hopefully you're having a wonderful day so far. Thank you so much for everyone tuning in for this stream. So if you're watching this live, what's up? I'm going to be interacting with the chat. If you're not watching this live, you're watching a previously live product, so I might be interacting with the chat a little bit. If you want to get involved with it, follow me on Twitter, follow me on join the Discord server, you know, all that good stuff. Before we jump into it too much, give this video a like to help signal boost to other Pokemon fans. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already got a chance to. Truly appreciate that. And if you're looking for any codes, go to PTCGO plug in code ZLSAJ5 to save 5% on your next order of codes. So what does that mean? It means we're going to be jumping over our deck profile today. Hey, how's it going, everyone? Yeah, thanks. I'm excited. I'm really excited to show this deck. I don't think I've showed it on the channel before. And it's one of those decks where it's like really been popping up in the past few weeks. So if anyone here, like, if you've listened to the way that I like discuss decks or anything like that, I usually try to reserve deck profiles nowadays to like tier 1, tier 2 decks, like decks that are actually like involved in the metagame. My heart's not in it for like the decks like Mienshao. Sometimes I'll cover videos like that if I'm personally invested, but a lot of the times it's either just going to be like within the first couple weeks of a new set release or not at all ever again. So as decks fall out of the meta, I'm going to be covering them less and less, and I'd rather cover ADP 3 times because that's more helpful for you all to grow as a competitive player than for me to be covering Mienshao or the flavor of the week or something. I'm doing great today. Honestly, waking up feeling completely refreshed. Had a lot of stuff going on this week. I mean, my dad got his COVID vaccination. My brother got his COVID vaccination. Just one of those things where like, just a lot of like health stuff. I mean, it's not a big deal to get vaxxed or anything, but like obviously like we're in a pandemic, everything's new. And I mean, I'm still dealing with the effects of my vaccination, so we're just kind of vibing out. Hey, thank you so much, Justin, Logan. I really appreciate that. And I really appreciate everyone who's just tuning in here today. So the way that we're going to be structuring this video is I'm going to talk for like a little bit here, and I've been talking for a little bit here. Then we're going to be jumping into the deck profile. I'm going to explain in depth what every single card does and why. Then we're going to be playing a handful of games. Not sure how long the video is going to go for. Usually these videos go for about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on the games that we kind of get, because we're just going to be playing some games on the ladder. So that being said, we're going to jump into the deck profile. So let me just switch my scene, and ta-da, there we are. So this is what we got going on for the deck. So for those of you who don't know, Mewtwo decks have been popping up around, and the reason why Mewtwo decks are doing so well is because it's Psychic type, and they have answers to Rapid Strike Urshifu. So Rapid Strike Urshifu, #1 deck in format for the past like month plus since the release of Battle Styles. Perfection's just a crazy ability, copying GX Pokemon on your bench or in play. And I mean, that's really where we're at. You're not using Miraculous Duo too often, especially not in this deck, considering there's no Psychic energies. So a Psychic Pokemon attacking with no Psychic energies. Now, what else do we got going on here? Of course, it's Grass Mewtwo. You can see there are some Grass Pokemon in this deck. So how does that really blend in? Well, you're able to use Mewtwo and Mew-GX to copy Rowlet and Alolan Exeggutor. A lot of peeps just call this Egg Row or Row Egg. I like just calling it Egg Row. I think that seems a little bit more flows off the tip of the tongue. And you're using this to use Super Growth to expedite a Grookey to a Thwackey to a Rillaboom, so that you're able to use Voltage Beat as an energy acceleration method. So similar to how Welder Mewtwo has Welder to power up fire energies, this deck has Rillaboom to power up grass energies. So that means attacks that we might not normally use in a Mewtwo deck, because we don't necessarily have the right requirement, we can use. So we can actually attack with Calming Hurricane by doing 150 in healing. Healing can be huge, especially when you pair it with Mallow and Lana. I mean, I think that sounds like a great idea. You got Tropical Hour GX doing 200. If you have a bunch of extra energies, you could shuffle all of your opponent's energies back into their deck late game and really just dominate your opponents. You have attacks that can spread damage, attacks that do 190, which is decent. You have attacks that can do 50 damage and draw extra prize cards. So think of a case where like you're playing against a Mad Party deck, for example. It could be huge. Dragonite-GX allows you to get that huge 270 damage attack. Tag teams are relevant now more than ever. You got Incineroar-GX, which allows if they ever hit you and not OHKO you, you could use Darkest Tornado GX, do 10 plus 50 for each damage counter, basically getting a knockout in most cases. Crushing Punch, discarding their special energies. Vileplume doing 180, or you could paralyze, poison, and burn your opponent. So out of nowhere, this deck has a lot of really cool options, and you can indefinitely power up Eldegoss, shuffle it back into your deck, play down the Eldegoss, power it up, getting back a lot of supporters. There's some weird cases where that's good. Now, so going through all these Pokemon, like those are what you have for your options to attack. The reason why we played this Grookey, aesthetically, we'd probably want to go with the shiny Grookey, right? But the issue is, it has 60 HP. So by us choosing the 70 HP option, we're actually choosing the best Grookey that we have available in format. And don't ever discount what a basic Pokemon can do. 10 damage, 20 damage, 10 HP can make or break a game. Kind of think to yourself, like, all the games that you've played, like, as an exercise even for your own deck, see if there's a different V Pokemon, like, especially with Pokemon like Cinderace V, there's a couple copies, which one's better for your deck? Have you ever thought about it? Even, like, more currently, there's the Rapid Strike Urshifu promo that I see some people play because they just don't necessarily have enough funds to pick up the codes to get the other ones, or in real life, they might not necessarily want to play the other ones. Make sure it makes sense for your deck, because there's a lot of, like, tiny little plays, and a lot of those tiny plays can add up, and it might just be like you win 1 out of 100 games, but why would you not take that extra chance, right? So this Grookey in this case falls under that. So like I said, think about your decks, see if there's a better basic Pokemon that you could be playing. If not, it gives you an opportunity to be like, you wanna know what, this card's correct in my deck. And that's a step of the process too. We got Thwackey. This is the best Thwackey because if there's a stadium in play, which you could have a turf field or a chaotic spell, this Pokemon has no retreat cost. And then Rillaboom, of course, powering up your Pokemon. Don't be afraid to attack with a Rillaboom if you need to, especially if you're playing against like a Decidueye deck or anything like that. This deck's based off of Cherish Ball, Quick Ball, and Tag Call, which makes it quite consistent. Tag Call can grab out Guzma-Hala. Guzma-Hala can grab out Capture Energy. Capture Energy can grab out any of these Pokemon and like a turf field. So there's a lot of ways for you to grab your stuff from this deck. And turf field is not just about grabbing the Rillaboom or the Thwackey. You could also just grab other evolution Pokemon like the Vileplume-GX. So keep all your available plays in mind. The rest of this deck is really just like, you have answers. So while Mewtwo might not necessarily be able to get through a Mimikyu that has that's going to be blocking you, the shadow box, I think it is. You can always Mallow Lana that damage away, or you could attack with Rowlet, Alolan, Exeggutor. So similar to Pikachu and Zekrom-GX, if you're playing against a fighting type deck, use Mewtwo as a psychic type attacker. Maybe you need to have Stealthy Hood to have a chance against that matchup because of weakness. Here, you don't need to worry about weakness too much. So that's why we're playing the couple copies of Big Charm. So at the end of the day, you could build up a big tag team GX Pokemon, whether it's Mewtwo and Mew-GX, or Rowlet, Alolan, Exeggutor, and you're using Calming Hurricane to heal off damage in most cases, but you have a handful of attacks that you could use once Rillaboom powers things up for a couple turns. One copy of Weakness Guard because it is searchable by Guzma-Hala. You can always just stick it on a Rowegg if you do start with it. So the goal here is we're going to be playing through some games, really showcasing what this deck can do. This deck is available in the description as well, so if you want to play along while we're playing along, feel free to copy and paste that right into your game, and then you can have access to the deck. Maybe we'll show you what you're missing. And again, you could go to PTCGOstore.com, plug in code ZELASAGE5 to save 5% on your next order of codes. That being said, let's jump into some games, see exactly what's going on. No fancy editing because we are live for this one. That's the one thing that hurts me about the lives. I'm like, I can't do transitions. Okay, let's go versus. Mewtwo Grass. So let's see exactly how it is. Creeping Orion. And I'm going to be thinking out all the plays, so I'm going to be talking to the chat in between games. But if you have any questions, like I might just like pop it over, especially if it's relevant to the particular turn. And I mean, it wouldn't be a game of Pokemon without starting with an Eldegoss, right? But at least in this case, you can recycle the Eldegoss depending on the matchup. So let's see what we got going on here. So we might be playing against, there's been this kind of Altaria control deck popping up around. As long as we're able to build things up, we might be okay here. Because we can attack with Rillaboom through their, Altaria. Getting energies back with Ordinary Rod, it seems pretty good. Do I think Dhelmai's VMAX with Rillaboom could be a good deck after Fire decks? I mean, I personally don't have any issues with that. I don't think it sounds amazing. I don't think it sounds terrible. I think it sounds like okay. What's the easiest way to get these cards for the deck? I'd recommend buying codes. I think buying codes is just a really great idea. And then you could just trade for the cards. You could go to PTCGOzone.com, and they have the PTCGO prices app built in. So we're going to go Cherish Ball and Dedenne this hand away. We're very close to getting what we want. Take a time to check through our prize card. Yeah, this should be really good. And if you have any more like questions, we got a really helpful team over at our Discord server. So feel free to totally check that out. So we've got the Grookies. Got some energies. So yeah, I think I'm fine to probably just pitch this hand away. I don't think I'm going to get trapped. I'm also just going to go Big Charm here. I think that sounds fine. Maybe I should like wait a little bit on that, but we'll have to see. Okay, so perfect. We got Balloon. We have Grass Energy. We don't need the Grass Energy to go for Super Growth. Yeah, getting rid of Ordinary Rod does suck. I don't disagree with that. But I mean, it is what it is. Sometimes you're just going to have to deal with it. I would not get Unified Minds packs. Usually you want to get the most recent packs. So in this case, it's Battle Styles at the time of this video, but Chilling Reign is coming out soon, so do keep that in mind. My thoughts on Single Strike Urshifu, it's not bad. I think it's much better post-rotation than it is now. Okay, so this is actually just Beheem. I'm not terribly worried about the Beheem matchup, for what it's worth. If they don't get an Altaria, I'm just smoking the Swablu. And apparently we're not smoking the Swablu. That's okay. They do 60. We can heal like damage. We have Rillaboom here. Again, not really worried that we could attack here a few times. I could also just boss orders up their Beheem. You pre-ordered some Chilling Reign packs. That's awesome. Hopefully you get some awesome pulls. That'd be amazing. I have not figured out Chilling Reign yet. Okay, so we did get double boss. I feel like it's just our duty here to try to smoke this these Pokemon as quickly as possible. So we're gonna go ahead here, take out the Elgyem, and we're just gonna go for that. Now they have to always get another Elgyem down. We also have Mallow Lana. Like, I feel like we got some good stuff going on. Nothing crazy. But we have outs. Ball Guy. I honestly have not seen the use of Ball Guy too much. Yeah, that card looks awesome. So there's your other Elgyem, and they are getting rid of some other resources. So, I mean, again, I don't think it should be too much to worry about. Beheem's, like, again, not the most popular deck, but when you play in the ladder, if you're playing in a Players' Cup pod, it's the Wild Wild West sometimes. Yeah, that does seem pretty fair. So, can't play any item cards from their hand during their next turn. I'm cool with that. I'm not confused or nothing like that, so we're just vibing. I think a good deck would be Zoroark and Electro Rapid Strike. It might be. I'm just waiting for the full set release, and then I'll cover everything on my channel. But I'm certainly excited. So there's that. They're going to shuffle it back into the deck. We're going to take another knockout on their Elgyem so they can't attack us next turn. So we're going to build up our Rillaboom so we can start attacking through their Pokemon. Yeah. So there's that. We might see a concession on our opponent's side because we could always just go Calming Hurricane. We're not going through very many resources. We have Mallow Lana so we don't get trapped. Can't really use Tag Call, but we have built-in acceleration. So I think we're just kind of vibing. And it should just be as simple as us going Mallow Lana and bringing up the Rillaboom. And maybe in this case, they're just going to get out another Elgyem or two. Again, they only have access to 2 Elgyem left. And they might have to go Ordinary Rod at some point, if they do play that. I'm not entirely sure if they play it, just because they might want to shuffle things around. But this is a great opportunity for us to take a hit off an Altaria. Oh, they go for the Crushing Hammer. Crazy. Was not expecting the Crushing Hammer, to be honest. But, I mean, I guess decks like this just kind of play some kind of disruption cards in order to make it all work. Wouldn't be surprised if this is another Elgyem. So there's a Cherish Ball. Again, I'm probably just not going to take it, I don't want to take it too crazy, so let's just go Tag Call. I am going to grab Cynthia Caitlin. I am going to grab a Buzzmosa. I think that those sound like great ideas. Because I could always start sniping the bench. I'm going to start building up some energies. Right here. Cynthia Caitlin, and let's just go... Sure. Am I going to discard the Buzzmosa? Yeah, I don't think it really matters. So let's just grab back up Boss's Orders. I think that could be great for us. We do have access to another energy. I'm just going to keep this energy in my hands. And I'm going to use Calming Hurricane. So next turn we have Mallow Lana. And we should be able to knock out this Altaria. So we're just going to kind of vibe in this game. Games like this can take a little bit longer because they're going to go airmail, and they're just trying to do 90 and stop us every single turn. I think we're pretty good here. The only worrying factor is that we've lost our Ordinary Rod, and that's probably the worst factor about this game. So we'll see exactly how it goes. Okay, are they going to find the triple acceleration energy? Perfect. So there's the 90 damage that they're going to deal. Cool. Again, we have a lot of HP, and we have a lot of healing. So we're going to knock out their other Elgyem now. Again, just stopping what they could be doing for the most part. Keeping energies in deck. Hey, yo, Lightning Strike Gaming. Shout out to Lightning Strike Gaming. They're one of my amazing sponsors. Truly appreciate everything that they do to help me out as a professional Pokemon TCG player and content creator. So if you're ever looking for any cards, check them out. They got their TCG player store. They got their Facebook. Totally awesome stuff going on there. My opponent's hitting hard with those Crushing Hammer heads, huh? They really do not want that Rillaboom ever to attack. So I totally appreciate everything that LSG does for myself and the rest of the Pokemon community. Truly great. So, Ball Guy, cool. There's some other awesome starters. Okay, so let's go Voltage Beats. I'm just going to attach this one, and then we're gonna go Mallow Lana. Actually, we're gonna grab maybe some cards that we don't need. Just want to like double check up on the energies. So we do have a couple capture energies. It's like okay. I might as well heal, although I'm not really worried about healing. I just don't know if it's ever gonna matter. Myself and Undaunted are playing in a 2017 NAIC tournament right now. That's crazy. 2017 was NAIC. I was about to say that was NAIC year, right? That was the year that Vileplume did really well, I think. Also, they don't have access to Altaria after this, so they're in a pickle. Yeah, I'm not really one who plays in older formats. I find them exciting because I've played through the years. Little known fact about me is that I've been playing since 2005. That's when I got my first invite to Worlds. And it's one of those things where it's just yeah, I don't even. It's one of those things I don't necessarily have all the extra time to play in these events. I don't know how these kids do it. I was talking to my homeboy Gabe Smart yesterday, also part of the LCG brand, and I was just like, yep, I don't know how you play in 100,000 tournaments a week, go to school and work. Maybe I've become too much of an old man in the process. I'm honestly not sure. I feel like it would be a disservice for me to not... I mean, I don't have a Mallow Lana available left in deck. I have one in my prize cards. I don't have a Cynthia Caitlin. So, I mean, I'd want to attack here. Part of me wants to just go Buzzmosa, but I think my opponent might just concede if I go like this. I don't think they play Mew. So I'm going to bring this up and really just be like, okay, you have like no L-Gyms left, homie. I'm sorry that this is exactly how the matchup's gone. And then I'm going to use Buzzmosa's Jet Punch to start doing 30-30s. There's that Mallow Lana, eh? Yeah, Kaler is really good. At that particular event, I remember I hit Mahone in the last round, offered an ID so we could both make top cuts. He said no, I'd rather play it out. It was a poor matchup for him. His buddy's like, yo, Zach knows exactly what to do in this matchup. I proceeded to dead draw for the next, like, however long it was, and got absolutely bodied. So that was fun. So I don't have win here, but I can start sniping. And I just want to double check that this does cost grass energy. Yes. Let's go like this. And I don't think there's anything else that I want to be doing. Just gonna Jet Punch. Taking out both of those, and we'll see exactly like what our opponent does here. Like, this has 30 HP. Maybe I should have hit this one with the U-turn board. I don't think my opponent plays Big Charm or anything. So we'll see exactly. I mean, again, I'm not particularly worried about what our opponent can and can't do in this matchup. But this is just showing, like, the variety of attacks that I can use. Sometimes you're going to be using Vileplume just to knock things out. So even if they're hitting for 180, they got the Power Plant there. The Power Plant's certainly not going to be enough to stop us here for our opponents. I'd give them the well played right now. And we're going to use Jet Punch, knock out both Pokemon. 4-game. We got there, beating the pesky deck, even though we had to discard Ordinary Rod turn 1. Okay, perfect. Mystery box revealed, 25 P-coins, let's go. Ooh, we got another pack. I was telling some locals yesterday that I signed players and dropped your name, and they were like, how in the world did you pull that off? I mean, you and I both know how you pulled that off. But it's up to you to decide. I'm cool with whatever. Dragon Pokemon? Yeah, we're gonna do that one. That one sounds fun. I just appreciate the opportunity. No matter how big or small the business, I like working with just like cool people. And as long as people are cool and everything's chill, I'm chill. A lot of people are like, yo, Zach left this team or Zach left that sponsorship. Honestly, I'm looking for businesses that work really well with me. So it's one of those things where I totally appreciate everything that LSG does. LSG is totally legit. So legit. And I look forward, and hopefully we have a wonderful future hand in hands. I'm excited about it. Just came in looking in the chat, talking about 2017 North American Internationals. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where, you want to know what? Gabe's making a great name for himself, too. And I know that Undaunted Hound is doing really great as well in these online events. You've done a really great job. So, it's one of those things. Did any of you guys stay at that hotel with, like, the train station? I don't know if there was... I don't know which hotel you're talking about. Would you like to go first? No. This is definitely a go second deck. So, the good thing about this is that, Uber was sending me a message, so I was like, ooh, lunch sounds amazing. I start with Grookey. Starting with Grookey is kind of fire, because I could Cherish Ball or Tag Call into my Eggrow, or I could Guzma Hala, capture energy into an Eggrow. This looks like I'm probably playing against ADP, if I had a hunch. So we'll see exactly how that goes for ya boy. Maybe I want to go Mewtwo to give myself more options, because this seems exactly how it would be. So we're gonna go Tag Call. So let's go like this. I think this seems great, actually. Oh yeah, those events are always filled with crazy stuff. Let's go Guzma Hala, discarding. We got some good plays here. We're gonna go Chaotic Swell. Actually, we might go Turfield just to get them to play it. I'm gonna go Big Charm, and I'm gonna go Capture Energy, because we're doing good in the energy department. We are doing more than good in the energy department. So the reason why I'm grabbing Big Charm is actually to attach it to the Grookey. So we're gonna go Capture Energy here. We're just gonna grab another Grookey, making sure that we have things, making sure, like, even if you forget to check through your stuff, that's all cool. Hey, Krollo with the second COVID stabby. That's broken. I'm really happy for you. We're good. I did really bad. That happens. I played Desi Plume for that event. I really like that deck. So we have this. I don't know if it's worthwhile for me to go Turfield yet. I mean, I don't see a reason why not to. Turfield, I'm gonna grab out the Thwackey, because I think grabbing a Thwackey, because I could evolve into the other one. And I'm gonna evolve into the one that has the Big Charm. The Big Charm's there so that they don't knock it out with their ADP. And I mean, I could be wrong if they're not playing ADP, but with the Energy Spinner, the Water Energy, the Metal Energy, starting with the Eldegoss, is our opponent gonna float away? Let's send up this one, because we could always Guzma and Hala out of it. So just like when you're thinking about a deck that plays Tag Call, you could always look through your outs, see exactly what's up. It looks like they don't have anything going on here. Oh, yikes. I mean, that's not really the worst discard ever. I probably wouldn't have used Energy Spinner, to be honest. But we'll see exactly how our opponent handles this. Float up for 50. Are they going to shuffle it back? I think they'd rather have those energies for energy switch purposes. At the same time, like, I'm cool with whatever they decide to do. It's a tough decision. Oh, wow. So they're just cool with getting attacked into. I guess that's totally fine. This Pokemon has no retreat cost. So you can see that, don't need Air Balloon, don't need other outs. I'm totally just gonna... I have the free retreat, so we're just gonna vibe off that. There's our, I'm actually gonna do something a little bit different here. I'm gonna go Voltage Beat. Powering up the Mewtwo. I'm gonna attach this energy, because I am gonna go ahead here and pitch my hand. Actually, you wanna... Maybe I'm not gonna pitch my hands. I need to think about this for a second. Do I want to pitch my hands? Yeah, I think I do want to pitch this hands. Actually, I like the tag call. I'm going back and forth. Help, help, help. I am worried that, like, Mallow, like, that they could just go bring this down. You want to know what? I have the other Cherish Ball. I'm going to leave this hands. Sorry, it took me a second to, like, just realize what I wanted to do there. I think it's always worthwhile to just be like, okay, cool. What do we have here? I could use Calming Hurricane. I can use Elegant Soul. This Pokemon's Elegant Soul. This 190 is 60. So there's really nothing else that I'm looking for here. Super Growth isn't going to do too much. How prevalent is Cajun Creole food in Canada? Honestly, like, not huge as far as I'm concerned. At least not in my area. But we do have other things that are similar. Of course, they're just going to do that. Do they have a supporter in their hand? Oh, no. Gigantic Ripperoo. So, my opponents, they're just going to concede. That makes a lot of sense. And that's what happens. Like, we could have shuffled all their energies away, grabbed the knockouts. Like, there's so much stuff that we could just randomly do with this deck. And it's just different kind of options than you'd normally have for another thing. Ooh, with the Rebel Clash pack. Hey, let's go. Let's get it. Can't complain about the Rebel Clash pack. So we're going to play another game. I think one more game. Hey, how's it going, Crollo? Would you recommend this deck for PC3? Actually, I don't know if I would. It seems like I'll be honest, I'm not 100%, I'm not 100% secured on all this deck's matchups. I know this deck has been doing well. I know this deck has options. I know Azul played this, a similar list to this, to a top 4. I know that Tord and Stefan have played it. And this was more late last week. I don't know really where this deck is going this week. Out of the tournaments that I played, it looks like Luke Metal's continuously dominating. And this deck doesn't necessarily have a way to stop Full Metal Wall GX. So I always go back and forth there. Centiskorch actually seems like a great call for PC4. Surprisingly, I know Crollo is extremely biased towards the deck. And that's not calling Crollo out or anything. It's one of those things where it's a good call for PC4. I also really like Luke Metal a lot right now. Regardless of whether or not I made top 4 at the Chill TCG event with it. So we're going to go in with another one with grass. We got the Dedenne. That's awesome. See what we got going on here. Gubnitsky. So we lost the coin flip, and maybe they'll go first. Perfect. It's like we won the coin flip. I'm going to blindly start with the Mewtwo. I'm pretty okay with this. And I don't think they're going to shuffle away my Grookey. So I'm feeling okay. If they're starting with Jirachi, like, I just don't know what they'd be starting with a Jirachi deck. Maybe they're playing Rapid Strike. Hey, how's it going, the Busted Spicy Nuts? Thank you everyone for tuning in here on a Friday. I mean, it's one of those things where I'm just trying to find the energy lately to make videos and all that good stuff. So I really appreciate everyone tuning in. It really does motivate me to make more content and all that good stuff. So again, if you haven't given this video a like, it totally does help boost the algorithm so more peeps can watch the video. And if you subscribe to the channel too, we're currently on our way to 4,000. It goes up and it goes down and it goes up and it goes down. So it's one of those things where hopefully we're going up a little bit and we're trying to get to 4,000 as soon as possible. So thank you everyone for all of the support. So single strike Ursh. I actually don't know how this matchup should go. They have an easy time knocking out V Pokemon. Or, sorry, tag team Pokemon, I should say. I'm literally just going to go like this, check through my deck. Yeah. Tuning in on your lunch break? Hey, that's awesome. Hopefully you're having a good lunch. already have the 1 energy. I'm gonna do this in case they shuffle my hands in any capacity. I don't know if this is gonna allow me to survive either. I don't think that's gonna allow me to survive. I mean, it's probably better for me just to have it on this one later on in the game, maybe. It might not matter, but we're just gonna go ahead here and copy. We're not playing the Marnie because they have 2 cards in their hands. So while you're playing, always like make sure to like understand what's going on in your opponent's like board state. So it's kind of like, if maybe we should have played Marnie to try to find a boss. That might have been better, to be honest. I don't like, if my opponent has a dead hand, I think that's cool. That's like the best way that, like, not that it's cool that we're like hoping that our opponent gets a dead hand or anything like that, but like it's one of those things where like I don't want to give them like potential other cards. So yeah, I hope everyone has a great weekend. I hope that, shout out to all the moms out there. I think it's Mother's Day. So if you're in a good relationship with your mom or another strong female character or strong character in your life, you don't necessarily need to be a biological mom to be a mom. You don't have to necessarily be a female to be a mom. Shout out to all your loved ones who are kind of like that mom figure in your life this weekend if you get an opportunity to. You want coaching, free coaching. Howdy, Pokemon professors. So, I know I'm not going to have the opportunity to hang out with my mom due to the COVID vaccination or situation in Ontario and all that good stuff. Or poor stuff, I should say. But it's one of those things where I am going to drop her off. I did pick her up a little nice something just to say thank you for everything. I know it's tough sometimes. Family holidays can be tough for everyone because sometimes sometimes your bio mom or anything like that is not necessarily always going to be the healthiest relationship you have. But that's why I think it's just like give someone a hug or a virtual hug this weekend. Yeah, apparently, right? They're having a cracked turn. This is looking fun. If they don't evolve and they just try to attack with Impact Blow, I'm smoking this Pokemon with Tropical Hour. What? Okay. Cool. Let's go ahead here. That Pokemon's not going to survive another turn, I don't think. So let's go attach. Let's attach first with Voltage Beat. Don't think that we have any better options. This is weak to Psychic. They do have 200 HP. I'm attached to this one. No way to discard anything. Marnie, their hand is bigger than 4, so that's certainly not a bad card to play down. Now, is there anything else that I truly care about in this hand? I'm going to keep my hand open a little bit. Everything else is kind of fragile. Wait, does this cost... No, I misplayed! I misplayed! It costs 3 grass! See, this is what you get for not knowing the deck. I look at Calming Hurricane, and I'm like, oh yeah, I can use that attack. Tropical Hour GX costing the triple grass is gross. I know, this is the worst misplay. I apologize. Pay attention to your Mewtwo requirements. We have a different plan now. We have a different plan. We're going in. Yeah, honestly terrible. I don't think I'm going to find a way to knock this out. If I get Incineroar-GX out somehow, we're cool. We need to basically get we need to get Incineroar-GX and a Quick Ball. Whew. Never punished. When you make the correct play in the ends. Who wants to see a bunch of damage? Boom, 990. Take that, let's go. So I mean, I made a mistake. I was not paying attention to the energy requirements. I did bring it back. That was unintentional. But it's one of those things where there is... Tropical Hour was KO because they had 20 damage from using Single Strike Roar. So, I mean, it's not always going to be the easiest path or anything like that. But it's one of those things where look at your options. Maybe there's another way. I made a mistake. I covered it. He has Stone Energy. Oh, he did have Stone Energy. See, I didn't even... Like, that's what I'm saying. All these energies look the same to me. You're completely correct. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I guess it's not a mistake. We had to go for the Darkest Tornado either way. Great catch. Truly great catch. Guess that's what you get when you're streaming. Streaming is a combination of just being entertaining. And that's why sometimes, like, when I'm playing Top Cut, I just, like, turn off my stream and I'm like, I'm gonna focus in. But I appreciate that. No excuses. That was a mistake on my behalf either way. Good thing that Darkest Tornado did get the knockouts. I actually kind of like this build of the Single Strike deck. Okay. Oh, and they missed. I don't know how I really want to handle this, to be honest. Maybe I want to go Mallow Lana. I think your best road to win here is Boss. I mean... Yeah, if Boss is like a possibility. Because if I heal, it doesn't really matter. I haven't used a boss either yet. So I guess I'm just going to put cards at the bottom of my deck then. I think that's fine. And then I think I'm going to go... like this, maybe vibe into a Grookey. Well, the thing is, how do I go boss if I don't get knocked? I have to go 190. Yeah. We had to discard one to get to the Darkest Tornado, so really not the best case. I mean, I can go Mallow Lana. I can get another one back. Do both. So we're gonna grab this card. We're gonna grab this card. We'll see where Marty brings us before we decide to do anything else. Yeah, it's one of those things where I feel like retreating seems like a good idea. Just want to make sure that there's nothing good that I want to do here. Maybe I'll top deck boss, right? I don't think I want to use Calming Hurricane. I think I want the Jirachi kind of stuck there. I don't want to put up a 3 prize card Pokemon. This game is interesting. So just gonna see exactly how this game goes. I mean, it's close. Okay. Cool. Mallow Lana might have actually been worth it because I think there's win con is Urshifu 100 attack into the 1 blow. But they could just go like attack, like maybe. They're doing 330, so I guess no matter what, it doesn't matter. I don't see how I remotely do this. I don't see how I'm fine. I guess they just take a knockout, and I mean, I guess I attack first. It's literally just a case of me attacking first. None of those matter, so let's just go ahead here and voltage beats. In energy here. Let's go Mallow Lana, discarding these 2 cards that don't matter. I probably should have used Turffield first. Oh, I have Vileplume in there already, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use Turffield, and then I'm gonna hit for 150 with... Actually, let's just thin the deck out. So let's just hit for 150, and I mean, we should be okay in any capacity. So we'll see exactly how it goes. They should just be able to go for G-Max 1 blow knockouts. Then we wall with a Mewtwo. What? They can't have that many cards left in their deck. It's actually crazy. Maybe they play Greycatcher? Although Greycatcher doesn't really matter to me at this point. They have to hit Urshifu boss on Dedenne, yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. They also need to use their Urn of Vitalities in order to get all powered up. I'm gonna send up the one with the air balloon first because I think that's probably the best case that I have. It's not the worst top deck I've ever seen. Now, I don't really have too many great attacks. And I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. It's probably better for me just to build up and be safe with the one that we have on the bench. So let's go Cynthia Caitlin, discarding a Thwackey, and see exactly what we got. I mean, I guess Mallow Lana might be better. I don't really see where it gets me anything, though. We got Grass Energy, so I either go Mallow Lana or try to draw into some other cards. There's not really anything else that I'm particularly interested in drawing into. We did finally get the boss, though. I'm going to build up energy just in case they do anything. I don't want to go capture energy for anything in particular. I am going... It doesn't matter because that's going to get knocked out. So let's go retreats into this Mewtwo and Mew. And then we're going to go ahead here and attack. Calming Hurricane seems like our best option. Basically like our only option. Or actually Massive Bloom is just better. Always do more damage because you don't want to forget about a little bit of like anything that they might have that reduces damage. I know I've done that. So they probably have Earn a Vitality. Our opponent, they're having their moment here. So yeah, it looks like they're going to scoop up nets. Do they have... There's their energy. Do they have Earn? Do they have Earn Boss? There's Earn. Yeah, but it looks pretty bad for us. So... Nothing that we could have done any different this game. It's kind of how it played out. This deck seems much better than most people ever give it credit for. The sadness, the impact blow on the Dedenne-GX. Did they... I don't know why they waited so long for the boss. It's one of the biggest things that I guess, like, I never know if someone's having trouble with their internet or if they're just, like, BMing. But we always look for the greatest in every single person. So, that's fine. Yeah, Single Strike is very underrated. But that's what we got going on for the deck profile today. I mean, it did show that there is options, things that you could come back from. Let's look at the deck manager. Yeah, Single Strike Urshifu. Scary deck when it works. That build was actually very cool. So this is what we got going on for the deck today. I mean, we went through as many matchups as we possibly could. Showed different attacks with Buzzmosa, Eggrow, Vileplume. We did not use the Dragonite once. But we also really didn't play against too many decks that would be good against, that the Dragonite would be good against. So again, this deck has options. Always understand what's going on in the current metagame when you're making informed decisions by adding techs into your Mewtwo decks or techs in general. Yeah, the game would have been chillin'. I totally get it. I totally get it. I agree with that. But this is what we got going on for the deck. I mean, I think the deck's okay. Maybe the Galaxy Mewtwo deck is better. Maybe it's not because that deck is reliant on single energy attachments. I think we're going to see how both decks perform this week to kind of make a judgment. Like, this deck hopped into the top 10 decks, and it might hop out. So, Galaxy Mewtwo has proven itself to be the more successful Mewtwo deck so far. So, we'll see exactly where it goes on the metagame breakdown. Not anyone watching this, I'm going to try to get up some videos this weekend. Although, like I said, with it being Mother's Day, I do have to drive to give my mom her gift. So it's one of those things where I just want to let people know, like, I might not necessarily have much content. I'm all good. You don't need to worry about me. Just, I got some other stuff, working on some things in the backgrounds. And I'm really excited to let everyone know about some great news real soon. I got a bunch of cool projects with an S that I've been working on. And I got some announcements lined up. So hopefully everyone stays tuned for all that good stuff. And that being said, this is what we got going for Mewtwo and Mew-GX. If you're looking for any code cards or anything like that, go to PTCGOstore.com, plug in code ZELASAGE5, and until next time, I'll catch up with everyone later. Peace out.